Hey fam, this is Hector Miray, and you're listening to Faith and Fandom 180 on LTN Radio. So I've been dealing with a lot of pop culture endings lately, and low-key, I'm not okay. I will be, but I'm not. Things like the Guardians of the Galaxy series is over. The third movie ended that story. The show Titans that was on DC Universe, then HBO Max, now Max, has officially ended. The show Succession has ended. It was just a miniseries, but Love and Death ended. They're saying the Kenobi series might not be coming back, and by the time this airs, the series Ted Lasso will probably be over as well. Just a lot of endings, just even in books too. Like one of my favorite comic books, Human Target, ended, and there's endings are part of the journey, right? If a good story is being told, at some point it has to end. And I think honestly, how something ends is one of the most important things. We can all start telling a story, but when it doesn't end well, it kind of ruins the whole process. But when we go all the way through a story and it has a satisfying conclusion, you know what? I don't think there's much better you could ask for in a storytelling experience. And it reminds me of this verse in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. It says, "The end of a matter is better than its beginning, and patience is better than pride." And when we can come to the place where we can honestly look at an end and say, you know what? I'm glad I stood through all this. I'm glad I waited through this whole thing to get to the ending. You know it's a good story. Where it says patience is better than pride, because, it's easy for someone to say the hit new series or this is the best thing ever, and then it fizzle out. When you're actually patient, you can see that, you know what? You really stuck the landing. You did good. And I think it should be a goal, a challenge, a focus for us as believers, is that we want to live our lives so well that when our stories are told, when they're over, that it's a story that brings God honor, that brings God glory, but one that we can actually be proud of, that this was the story our lives actually told. If you'd like to learn more about Faith and Fandom, head on over to faithandfandom.org, where you can learn about our Comic-Con ministry, podcast, memes, apparel, and book series. You can even read new chapters before they make it to the next book. I'm Hector Miray, and thank you for spending the last 180 seconds with me.